Namaste viewers, welcome to Gnana channel. Today in this video we will try to understand the meaning of Brahma Sutra. The Brahma Sutra, the 28th Brahma Sutra. The 28th Brahma Sutra is Chandaha abhidhanat na iti chet na tathā cetararpana-nigadāt tathā hi darśanam. So this is the what we call this sutra. So the meaning is if it be said that the Brahman cannot be the self of speech, etc., because it is not directly mentioned in the Vedas, then no, for it is referred to indirectly through the term Chandas, that is, Chandas means meters, and because there is mention of the mind being offered, and such is seen in scripture. This is exactly it means, but let's try to go through a little more in detail and try to understand this meaning, what exactly it is. So the sutra, the contextual background here is, it's a part of a larger discussion. The question arises as to, is Brahman, he is the Antaryami of speech, or is he the Antaryami means inner controller, inner who controls the speech, who controls this mind, who controls prana, so many things as described in the Upanishads. So here there is an objection to this. Brahman is not clearly mentioned as being associated with these faculties. Brahman, is he the controller, something like that, then it is as being associated with these faculties like speech or mind. But the sutra counters this by showing that even though not Brahman is not explicitly named as Brahman, Vedic texts imply Brahman through associated expressions. Let's see the word by word breakdown of this. Chandaha, Vedic meter, but here symbolically represents a speech. Chandas means speech or whatever, walk, like that goes. Abhidhanat. Abhidhanat means because of the mention, because it is mentioned in the Vedas. Na iti chet, it is said. If it be said as na iti, not so, like that. Na, again refuting that. Tathā cetararpana-nigadāt, because the offering of the mind is also declared. Arpana-nigadāt. Tathā hi darśanam, for such is seen in the darshanam, that is seen in the scriptures. This is word to word meaning. So the philosophical interpretation would be, even though Brahman is not directly called out, directly named as the ruler of the speech or mind, scriptures indirectly refer to Brahman through symbolic terms like Chandas, speech, all those kinds. The act of offering the mind, cetarpana, cetaha arpanaha, the act of offering the mind to the self or Brahman, this act of mind offering to the self as Brahman is described in sacred texts like the Upanishads, confirming this connection. So Sri Adi Shankaracharya, he comments in his Bhashya that in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad and other texts, the inner controller, that is Antaryami, is said to control speech, mind, prana, etc. So here the Brahman is not directly named as the controller, but its presence itself, the name itself, is unmistakable in descriptions like he who rules speech from within. This is how he comments. From the Dvaita Bhashya of Sri Madhvacharya, he would interpret this differently, suggesting that the Supreme Lord, Vishnu, is indeed described as the inner controller and receives the offerings of the mind, fitting perfectly with the Vedic descriptions of bhakti. This is how he views that. Sri Ramanujacharya, from the Visishtadvaita perspective, supports the idea that Brahman is the inner ruler of all, and that speech and mind, they serve Brahman, which is consistent with the concept of Sheshatva. Everything is the body of the Lord. That is how he interprets this. So, the Sutra encourages us to realize that the divine is not somewhere distant in the today's world, but he is the inner controller of even our thoughts and speech. So, offering the mind, speech to Brahman through prayer, japa, contemplation, and righteous action is a spiritual practice that can anchor us amidst stress and distractions. This is how we can, in today's, it is applicable in today's life. This teaches modern minds the valuation of mindfulness, intentional speech, and offering every action to the higher purpose. This is how we can, in this today's fast life, we can understand this. So, the Brahma Sutra confirms that even if Brahman is not directly named there, he is clearly understood to be the inner controller of faculties like speech, mind, manas, buddhi, Shankara, chitta, all those things. The offering of the mind, cetararpana-nigadāt, is a profound spiritual act that the scriptures support, guiding seekers to seek Brahman in all functions of life. Here's with this explanation on this sutra, we conclude our episode on this. Please like, share, and then subscribe to our channel. Please post your comments in the comment box. Thank you, viewers, for your valuable time in listening to this. Please listen to this completely and then post your comments. Thank you, viewers.